caller. Let's roll her intro.
This segment has been sponsored by the Ubuntu Room. Come join Dana Sardano as she offers life-changing advice that will affect the spiritual, emotional, and physical aspects of your being. Within her easily available writings, you will find the solution you need for your problems. Tune in to the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is the Ubuntu Room. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. So today we are wrapping it up. Because we spoke every week about an individual recommendment, I think it's important to just, and I'm going to try to do it quickly, but just mention them all together so you can see it in its wholeness. But before I do that, I want to share something with you guys. Firstly, I want to thank you for being a part of this. I want to thank you for your interaction, for your commitment to self, and for really having the courage to take these recommendments and to look at yourself. So as a thank you, I have created this deck of cards. I was just looking at it. It says all rights reserved 2021. So these cards are 5 years old. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. But I created this deck of cards, and in these cards, they're just sort of like the pocket guide. Like you pull a card and you kind of get a sense of what you want to contemplate that day. And it's got quotes, it's got the recommendments, it's got some exercises, and they're fun. So I have 5 decks for anybody, for the first 5 people that contact me with your impressions or your aha moments or your favorite recommendment or the recommendment that you're like, this is stupid. Your response to this work, I've got 5 decks of cards that I'm happy to get to you. Whether I hand them to you, mail them to you, however I get them to you, I'm happy to do that. So contact me at ubuntufishgallery.com and I'll get you your deck. And again, thank you. With that said.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Is this open even if people call in now?
Yeah, of course.
Here.
Of course. Hammer.
Back already?
Hey, G-Man. G-Man. Set up the call board. Set up 3CX. They're back already.
He's jumping up and down.
Set up 3CX, please. Okay, so if you call into the show right now in about 3 minutes, because it takes them 3 minutes to set that board up, you can actually participate in this and get the cards.
First 5 people.
First 5 people that call. What's the number?
888-994-4995, Studio A.
And I highly suggest that you call now before the game tonight, because I want all my Knicks fans to call, because I believe that if you get this thing going,
What, are we pulling cards for the Knicks?
No, we ain't pulling cards. You're pulling cards for yourself. That's what she does. But I think that if you stay on a positive road, we can get it together. Maybe I get a wish out of this.
How do these cards work? Is it like an Oracle deck where you pull a card?
No. It's really, this is more educational. I have other decks of cards that I've created that are kind of Oracle cardy. This was just more like a supplement, just like, do you mind handing me
Not at all.
just like the journal is also a supplement? Because remember, no matter how woo I can get, my background is always education, and I'm just trying to give people, create the resources for people to pick what works for them. So just like in the journal, there are prompts and quotes and hot tips for the chakras and stuff. It's the same here. It's all the same information.
They're
it's
like
just
flashcards.
They're like, you're so smart, Wendy.
Which makes it easier for you to relate to on things on the go.
Yeah,
Yes.
on the go.
All right, so say my root chakra is out of whack.
Yeah.
If I eat red food,
That's one way.
Does that make a difference?
That's one way. Yes, it
Yeah,
does. Yes, it does.
Because when you think about it, they say red for the root and obviously orange for the sacral, yellow for the solar plexus, so on and so forth. But really, what are you doing? You are getting raw foods in your body, not necessarily raw, but whole foods, fresh fruits and vegetables. That's good for any chakra.
I'm thinking, okay, your heart chakra is green, so you have a salad, but that doesn't seem indicative to what it would be.
Mm-hmm. Right? You wouldn't think like spinach would make you love more, but it makes you, it's heart healthy.
Yep. And the same thing for watermelon, if you think about it, because the heart chakra is actually pink and green.
Yeah.
And if you got it in the watermelon, you got both things there. And the watermelon's a lot of water, so obviously that's going to help us.
What if you hold a grandchild or you hold your husband's hand or whatever? Mm-hmm. Doesn't that work the same way?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Well, if your husband
if you like him.
doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can get.
Moving on from man
Grandchild
bashing.
for a safe one. Spouse, maybe not.
Let's stick with the grandchild. Jeez, Louise. bunch of man
Yeah.
in here. The energy is like, wow.
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 If
right.
you hold,
So
if
they're
you
like
hold your
flashcards.
significant other's hand and you're in a good place, you're definitely gonna. People will notice that energy more, believe it or not.
Yeah, and there's so many ways. You know, yeah, eat something red for the root chakra. Yeah, hold somebody's hand that's grounding or that you feel safe with. But there's also, and again, there's also doing the work of self-discovery, putting your stuff to rest, looking at your patterns, putting them into alignment. It's all, oh my God, getting exercise. Root chakra is all about your physicality, because I'm going to actually talk about this later, because your body is the vessel that allows this energy to come into the world. So if you're not caring for your body, that you already have a crutch.
Yep. It's
You
a
know,
vehicle. It's like when we. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's funny because I got a message this morning for all of us to go grab a chair, take all of them out to the tree.
This big tree.
Outside.
The one that you said to me, boy, I
Nice.
wish that tree could talk. And I guess you
No,
put
what
that
I
in my
said
head.
to you is, if only we could hear what that tree says.
Yeah.
Because and you said to me, come on, does that tree speak? I said, yeah. You
Yes,
said,
they
which
do.
one? I said, that big one out there. Now you think about the amount of years that tree or any tree has been around and what they've seen and witnessed. A tree, I understand. But they have seen
Don, I'm
many
picking
things.
up what you're putting down.
She said this to me.
Look at Dana's
She
face. She's
said
like,
this
what?
to
No,
me.
I'm like, yes.
And she says, and I was told to take chairs, take all of them out, and put your feet in the grass for 5 minutes. And I said, boy, Dana must have sent this. Because it's so Dana, you know what I'm saying? And Dana must have sent this. And I got to tell you real quick,
Yeah.
a side note, you know, Julius Caesar, when he used to make speeches, the Roman army used to come in, and people used to cheer because they were out fighting. They never knew when they were coming. So all of a sudden, here's Heather, because our soldiers are coming back from a shoot. And I just got like this feeling, like I was there. And I got to cheer on the army that's come back from the war. How was the shoot? Good?
Dana was really missing you today. So I
I'm
think she's really
Italian.
glad you're here. She's
Yes.
like, it's not the same
I
without
love you.
Heather.
You just added a whole different dimensions to the studio. But anyway, continue.
I do just want to comment on the whole tree thing. I believe the tree is also appreciative of we'll just say, the removal of certain energies in the area, subterranean. So that's got to be uplifting for the tree
She's
as well.
happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
Aw.
absolutely.
Does
Yes.
that make your heart feel good?
Yes.
Yes.
I wish they were able to
tree?
see the banyan tree behind the gallery.
And the tree that's behind my house, the tree behind my house is gigantic.
Yeah, we love them. But, oh my God!
Yes. I love the
When
tree
did you know
people.
you were woo? When
Think
we're hugging
about
the
that.
tree.
Yeah.
Think about that. When we cleaned
There's
out
my
the
tree.
stuff that we
There's
cleaned
my
out,
tree right
the
there.
tree is happier because it affected her.
That's my-
1,000%.
that's my tree right there.
1,000%.
And here comes the banyan tree. That's one. Where's the other?
It's so awesome to see them.
Yeah.
Their presence was
Yeah.
missed
See,
earlier.
you guys, I really missed you.
Yep.
You see something rolling across the floor?
No,
No.
that's just you, Dawn.
She is tapping in hardcore today.
So should we wrap them up or no? Remember this part when I was going to talk about the 10 racks?
Please talk about the 10 racks when Freddie digressed.
Oh my God! Thank you for asking.
Please share the cards and how we're going to put all it, because you see I've changed. We were talking about it before the show.
Yeah.
I've come to realize I do have triggers, not that I ever knew I had them. And I'm sure it has to do with
enough
reading.
digressing.
It has to do with reading the book. And now that I've identified them, and now that I still have to work among the people, be among the people who have triggered me, how do we continue on through life?
Okay, so with care.
Effectively, yeah.
With care. So firstly, what I really would like to do is I would like to put all the 10 recommendments together. So, because again, don't be a victim or don't get entrenched in your emotion, but what it looks like when they're all together. And then we could talk about whatever questions or whatever recommendment actually spoke to you the loudest or triggered the most, whatever it triggered. So recommendment 1. I shall not claim victimhood. That really, in my opinion, is the core to all of it. Because if you really look at it, everything is just information. And if we could look at that information and realize that we are not victims of circumstance in any way, we are just receiving that information and responding it, that is everything, right?
Exactly.
Then, Rec 2, it's about not becoming entrenched in your emotions, utilizing our emotions as a guide. And when we recognize that they're a guide and we don't become entrenched in them, it's easier to navigate this information that's coming our way. Rec 3, it's about irrational beliefs, recognizing what our irrational beliefs are, recognizing what our toxic behavioral patterns are, and putting them back into place through understanding we're not victims. So the first 3 recommandments are the work. That's where you're, in fetal position, rocking yourself to sleep. That's where you're rolling up your sleeves, really creating that foundation. Then Rec 4 is the how. I shall not ignore my chakra health. And we talk about this all the time. The aspects of self that correspond with each of these energy centers, recognizing when they're out of balance and bringing them to balance. It's more heavy lifting. So Recs 1 through 4, total heavy lifting. If you're still with us after the 4th recommandment, then you are committed to yourself. But then Rec 5, you take a little breather. I shall not settle for anything less than my general contentment. And that's about understanding that contentment is the baseline, the place to be. And when we can be in the moment and not be overwhelmed by anything behind us and anything ahead of us, and just be, and what we could do in this moment right now to become more content, that's the ease of living in the presence and living in the now. Then, Rec 6, we roll up our sleeves again, and we look in and we do that heavy lifting again. And when we recognize that our judgments, our attachments, our expectations are what rob us of our peace. And when we are in a place where we're not feeling at peace or at ease, and we go, oh, I'm a little judgy here. Oh, I had an expectation here, created disappointment. And I need to release this attachment in order to propel myself forward. Then, again, all of this together is creating a more empowered being. That was 6. 7, I shall not refute the truth or deny the solution of the truth. Denial. We have to be willing to look at ourselves. And when we create that awareness and that understanding of who we are and how we operate, Recs 1 through 6, and we have a willingness to do something about it, that awareness and willingness together and that honesty about who we are and what the situation is a game changer. Then Rec 8. Rec 8 works in concert with Rec 2. Rec 2 is about your emotional guidance. Rec 8 is about your physical guidance. Understanding your sensitivities, your body is your barometer. It tells you. It's not just about your obvious senses, about what I hear, what I see, what I feel. It's about those nuances. And when you get the chills, or you get a pit in your stomach, or you get a pain in your head, or your ears are going wah, wah, that's all alerting you to the information. So be careful not to distract yourself, or numb yourself, or ignore them, because your body's signals are always talking to you. And when we pollute our bodies, we lose that piece of the puzzle. Then Rec 9, and this is Freddie's favorite. I shall not become so myopic. I shall not have such tunnel vision in what's in front of me right now, and immersed, and that's like becoming entrenched in the emotions, immersed in the difficult situation, that I can't see the big picture, that I can't have enough objectivity to really believe that everything is always working out for me and everything is to be learned from, and that this is just a piece to a much bigger puzzle. It's the willingness to do that, Rec 7, by the way. And then there's Rec 10. I shall not live in fear. And that's really having a willingness to understand what the purpose is to your experiences and have faith in the process. And look at your agenda. What is driving you? Are you driven by fear, by desperation, by worry, by angst? Or are you driven by a more excited, passionate, inspirational, loving force? And if you're more on this end than this end, it's to go back through Recs 1 through 9 and look at it. So I thought it was important to mention all these recommandments together, because isolated, they all have value. But when you apply each of these philosophies into your life at any given time, as a whole, you will watch your life transform. And it is a work in process. And there are those moments where you're white knuckling it and you got the chin spittle and you're pulling out your eyebrows. We've all been there. You're in fetal, hot water burn baby. We've all been there. But there's always another side of it when you get past that. And you have this new level of awareness, this new brand of consciousness. The world looks different. And then is when the magic starts and when the fun starts. And the follow-up to 10 Recommandments for Personal Empowerment is called Beyond the 10, Decoding the Woo Woo. And that's a guidebook to help you understand a lot of the nuances and a lot of the things, and even a lot of the misinformation that comes with this new level of awareness. So again, bringing it back full circle. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for committing to yourself. Reach out. I'd love to give a deck of cards away. And if 6 of you reach out, you know I'm giving away six decks. So call me.
Give us a
And as always, Ubuntu.
Give us a call.